Now we've got Ruud here, like we said. He's bringing the new Drukhari.
Yeah, the new shit.
So let's get some new Drukhari hype going in the chat.
Yeah.
And right, Ruud, we're all very anxious to see what you've been cooking up. So I'm going into your introduction,
I
right?
can tell you that.
I already cooked up a list. So many options. So what I did, I made a list with 3 patrols. Patrols got 0 CP in Drukhari, and you get +2. So I start with 14 CP. I don't need a special character for that. So I have a patrol of Blackheart with an Archon. I gave him a Huskblade and a Chinblade relic, so he has strength 4, AP 3, flat 3 damage.
Yeah, and when you roll, when you don't do damage, you get more wounds and stuff. Or
No,
like
that's the other model.
Oh, that's the other one.
This is just a normal guy. So he has 7 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 4, AP 3, 3 damage. Then I have a unit of 5 Cabals, of Cabalite Warriors, because, you know, I need troops.
Yep.
And then I have a unit of 10 and a unit of 9 Incubi. They're very...
Do we need to tell them why it's good?
Very tasty. It's like 31 strength 5, AP 3 damage, 2 attacks.
And
if
when you roll
they-
6s...
it's 3 damage, and it's an extra AP, so...
Yeah.
Bye-bye bikes!
Yeah, that's probably gonna be bye-bye bikes.
Yeah. With that, I have 2 raiders. They got dark lances now, which are very tasty against everything with more than 3 wounds, because it's damage 3 plus D3.
And it's like one shot with AP -4, strength 8, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So for my Deathwing it doesn't matter, but for all my bikers it's quite juicy.
Yeah. And Blackheart now gives a free reroll on every unit.
Yeah.
So he has a dark lance with reroll 10.
Yeah. Only 1 reroll to hit, right? Yeah. So no reroll wounds and damage.
No,
Okay. Well, we're still,
that's
which is
a
still
different
good.
cabal.
I'm going to interject real quick. What you're hearing, guys, is people doing some construction. There's nothing really we can do about that. We've got people doing construction here all the time. But yeah, it's not Santa Claus knocking on the door.
No, no.
But
no one's knocking with presents.
all right. But
Nobody's knocking.
continue with your list, good sir.
Yeah, so nowadays all the upgrades on raiders are really good. So I gave them, I believe, chain snares, which gives them +3 attacks. Raiders now have 6 strength 7 AP1 attacks.
Yeah, and you have warp skill 5+, right?
4+.
4+.
Which becomes 3+ in turn 2, because it's Blackheart, so they get an extra
Yeah.
power from pain table.
Okay.
They got Grizzly Trophies, which gives them -2 leadership within 3 inch of the raider.
Which is good with the Phantasm grenade launches you have in
And the Dark
every
Creed
which you have everywhere.
and the
Yeah.
Incubi, because at the start of the fight phase I roll 2d6. If I roll over your leadership, you have to fight last. You're not eligible to be chosen.
That's very good.
So your leadership 8 -2, I just roll a 7, cannot fight, and then I smurder you.
Yeah, probably. Especially with the Incubi.
Smurder.
Smurder, that's new.
Murder. Yeah.
That's super murder. That's super murder.
Yeah, yeah. There's also the Phantasm grenade launcher to do D3 mortal wounds or mortal wounds.
Yeah, so D3 attacks with blast or not? No
it's
blast.
a blast weapon.
It's still a blast weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's assault 18 inches, 3D3 shots. Roll over your leadership and you get a mortal wound.
Yeah.
And the shock brow. The shock brow now has a stratagem inbuilt. So if I, it's like your hammer of a
Yeah, right. So if you charge every model within an inch.
I have to roll equal or over your toughness, get a mortal wound. If you're a vehicle, you get D3 mortal wounds and a 2+.
Awesome.
Very tasty.
Yeah, that sounds really
Really
nasty.
Yeah. So and we're just getting started with this is the first patrol, right?
Yeah. So the second patrol is Dark Creed with the homunculus. I gave him. Oh, I also gave the Archon an upgrade to fight once per game. The homunculus is also the super one, the alchemical maestro, and he has the strategy of the warlord trait for fear incarnate. So at the end of the movement phase, a unit within 9 I pick. I roll 3d6 the way I roll over your leadership. You cannot do actions. You cannot start to do actions in your turn, and you obstacle is turned off.
Is it line of sight? Do you have to see it?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'll check it later on.
That's pretty important for my secondary.
I believe I don't need it. So
Yeah.
that's really good against some weird Dark Angels
Stuff. Yeah.
And then I have 5 Rex. Got cheaper, lost an invul, 5 Mandrakes who can now infiltrate.
Yep.
And then they cannot deep strike by themselves anymore, so you have to put them on the table.
And then take them off.
Take them off, and then you can deep strike them for free.
Yeah.
Like pick them off, whatever. Still mortal wound, still 3-4 attack, strength 4, AP 1.
Yeah,
Still
damage 1,
to hit.
yeah, one of them. Yeah, mine's when they hit, yeah, okay, yeah. 5 up invul? Or did they lose?
5 up invul,
Yeah, okay.
still. Then the Kronos, who's gonna give reroll once to wound in the melee phase, or in the fight phase. If he kills a model, he gets to regen either a model or heal a wound.
Or heal a wound, yeah.
It's very tasty. Then I have 2 more raiders, also with Grizzly trophies and Phantasm grenade launchers.
And Dark Lances.
And Dark Lances. The Dark Creed raiders now have a -3 leadership, because Dark Creed gives -1 leadership within 6 inches.
Okay, cool.
So it all balances out. And then the tasty part about this, the Witch Cult, because they have been good in 8 and now they're even
Even better, yeah, with double roll and
yes. So now I have a Succubus, which is the super smashy chick.
I want to not hit you in the first volley and then I'll kill you in the second one.
Yeah, she has 14 attacks. She hits on 2s. Every wound.
That's not a wound.
That's not every attack that's not wounded. So every save you make, I get an additional attack.
Which can become 2 attacks.
Yeah. And because I have Razor Flails, it becomes 2 attacks. So if I fail all 14 attacks,
you get 28 attacks.
I get 28 attacks to strength 4, AP 2 to damage.
To do it again. Yay!
Yay! Then I have the other witch, which has the triptych witch whip. Jesus Christ, it's such a
yeah. The names are really
the
bonkers.
trip whip, the super whip. So it's 9 attacks.
It's agonizer with damage 3, right?
Yeah, no damage 2. 9 attacks, wounding on 2s because it's poison. It's unmodified, so I wound you on 2s, except vehicles.
Except my Terminators, because it's a 4. It's always
that's
regardless,
the only thing that's
regardless of anything.
Yeah, but bikes I wound on 2s.
Yeah. And
your Telemoss with 2 CP I can also wound on 2s.
Yeah, because you count as poison. Yeah.
AP 3 2 damage. Then a unit of 10 Blood Brides with a net. I'm gonna roll for all the drugs except the super smashy chick.
Yeah.
They have a Phantasm grenade launcher on the sergeant. She has an agonizer with a relic whip. So if I hit you, you cannot fall back.
Cool.
As long as you're not a vehicle, so everything else cannot fall back. Hydra gauntlets, which are strength 5 normally, AP 2 1 damage. So it's like 41 attacks.
Yeah, so that's the witches. I just wanna.
It's 41 attacks.
Seems good.
You need to shoot them down before they get into combat.
Yeah.
Then another unit of normal witches and 20 Hellions.
Yeah, let's see what that does.
And 20 Hellions does a very tasty stratagem.
Yeah.
It's a Viscerating Flyby for 2 CP. If I fly over a model, I roll a dice for every Hellion I have. On a 5 up, you get a mortal wound.
But do you need to fly over with one model and you can do 20?
One model. I can actually fly. Floop, floop, go
with
back.
one model. Well, that's probably gonna be FAQ'd.
One piece of the base.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be FAQ'd because that doesn't make any sense.
It's still with the bombers as well, as long as you measure from a base.
Ruud, could you do me a favor? Could you stand up? Yeah, like that. We can't see you otherwise. Yeah.
Oh, I'm hidden like this? Ooh.
No, now you're. Yeah. So, by the way, we immediately have a question. Shop is asking you which triptych whip on which witch?
It's on the Succubus, not on the witch.
Okay.
Which is a witch?
And Jay
the
Martin is in the chat, by the way. That's Martijn from, who moved to England.
Oh, Martin, yeah.
Prestige.
Jim Martin.
Jay Martin.
Jim Martin.
He's asking, did you select your drugs or are you?
We're gonna roll them right now.
Got 2 dice.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right. For the
Triptych whip.
It's a 1 and a 6, so she has an extra ballistic skill, which is very useful, and an extra attack.
Which is useful.
Haha! The Razor Flail Succubus has extra attack. The normal witches have 3 and 4.
Plus 2 move.
I believe move and toughness or strength. The Blood Brides have 1 and 2, and the Hellions have 5 and 2.
No extra moves.
Now,
Let me
Ruud,
check it up. Yes.
you also selected 3 stratagems, which you think are excellent stratagems. There are, you already mentioned there are more, but these 3 you wanted to highlight.
Yep.
We've already talked about one, which is Eviscerating Flyby.
Yes.
The other one is Invigorated by Evisceration. So, what is it and why is it good?
I believe that's the supplement stratagem where if I kill a unit with Witch Cult unit, they get a 4+ invulnerable save till the start of my next turn.
Okay.
So
it's a 4-up invul save.
Yeah.
When they kill something.
Yeah. In melee.
That's pretty good.
Which they now all want to do.
Yeah.
So that's
So
that's
a lot of your units are pretty much close combat units. Well, you've got a lot of shooting as well. But,
like,
okay.
yeah, I mean, Hellions shoot out 40 poison shots, and you know the Raiders are scary, and that's about my shooting.
Dean from Amsterdam Battle Brothers is asking Martijn, did you bring extra underwear?
Oh yeah, I don't need that.
Oh no! Alright,
but I seem to have forgotten my banner bearer, so this guy actually is holding a banner.
Okay,
Obviously.
and for your third stratagem you wanted to highlight is the flawless approach.
Yes, it's also from the supplement. When a witch call charges you, you cannot use Overwatch or set to defend.
Set to defend, yeah. So you cannot do anything.
Because the Cult of Strife also has +1 when I charge on a unit that's not in engagement range with any units of me, and they always strike first. So it's a lot of letting you fight last, letting me fight first.
Yep.
Murder bucket everything.
Alright.
Yeah.
So +1 strength, +1 ballistic skill, and leadership. And
So,
the witches have
those are
+2
some
move,
excellent-
+1 toughness.
Excellent stratagems.
Yep.
So this is the list that that the Dutch WTC team champion would make with Drukhari.
Yeah, well,
And these are the 3 stratagems he would suggest you at least take a look at. Of
Yep.
course, there's a lot more to see in the new
So
Drukhari
much
Codex. It's very awesome. Very excited to see it all in action.
Yep.
The
So-
Ripchick heeft an extra strength.
Yeah.